Cargo trading in Star Citizen 4.2 can be incredibly profitable if you play it smart. In this video, I'll share 8 practical tips that combine solid strategy with simple ways to avoid the most common bugs. Whether you're hauling big or just getting started, these will save you time, money, and frustration. Let's start with something that could save your entire run: avoiding pirates with smart quantum travel. One of the most effective ways to dodge pirates during cargo runs is to avoid flying in a straight line. If you're heading to point A to point B, there's a good chance someone is waiting to pull you out of quantum. Instead, plot a short jump toward a different location. Let's call it point C. And after about 30 seconds, manually cancel quantum by clicking the left mouse button. From there, plot a new course directly to your destination. This small detour can drastically reduce the chance of getting intercepted. When using auto-load trading routes, one of the best ways to stay efficient is by rotating 3 cargo ships. At your starting station, you have 2 cargo ships loading at the same time. As soon as one of them finishes loading, fly it to the selling location. There, you'll need to wait for the cargo to be offloaded, and that's when your 3rd ship comes in. Use that 3rd ship to fly back to the buying station while the offloading process is happening. Once you arrive, go to the terminal to buy a new batch of cargo to auto-load, and by the time you did this, the 2nd ship will be ready to use again. This creates a continuous loop with zero dead time between travel, loading and unloading. The ideal setup is 3 ships in rotation, but even with just 2, it will give you a big advantage. Just make sure the trade route you're using has enough inventory to support this system, otherwise you'll end up waiting anyway. You'll find some of the best routes in my previous video. Check it out on the card in the top right corner. Next up, let's talk about something that might seem minor, but can cause some of the most frustrating bugs if you ignore it. Here's how to properly store your ship after landing. When you arrive at the station and land your ship, don't rush to store it. First, shut down your engines by pressing I, then power off the ship completely with the key U. Next, head to the aUEC terminal and hit store on the ship you just landed. Now here's the important part. Wait until the hangar doors close fully and the ship disappears from view. You'll usually notice a small stutter or hinge when the storage is actually complete. Doing it this way helps prevent 2 major issues: ships clipping through the hangar when you call them back, and cargo that becomes invisible, meaning it's on board, but the terminal won't detect it when you try to sell, and you can't move it with a tractor beam. It's a small habit, but one that can save you a lot of trouble. Here's a small trick that can prevent a massive loss, especially when buying mixed size crates. If you're purchasing different crate sizes, like 32 SU and 2 SU units for a ship like the Starlancer Max, make sure to step away from the terminal between purchases. If you don't, you highly risk triggering the dreaded cargo load failed error. When that happens, your cargo may become invisible. Exactly the problem we talked about in the previous tip. That's because the terminal doesn't always refresh your ship's inventory correctly after the first purchase. To avoid this, simply walk away from the terminal and come back before each new purchase. It only takes a few seconds, but it can save your entire run. This next tip is all about where you spawn your ship, and it can make a huge difference. Whenever possible, avoid calling your cargo ship from the aUEC terminal inside the station's main area. Instead, use the terminal located inside your personal hangar. This ensures the ship spawns directly on the correct path, reducing the chances of visual glitches or clipping with the floor. Spawning from the station lobby might work most of the time, but when it doesn't, you can end up losing a fully loaded ship in seconds. Calling the ship from within the hangar is a simple step that helps prevent one of the worst cargo-related ship bugs in the game. Let's talk about one of the most common ways players lose their cargo, without even realizing it. Never log out of the game with cargo still in your ship. Even if you're inside a station, things can go wrong. Your cargo might bug out and become invisible, or worse, if you log out in space, you might log back in to find your ship looted by pirates. Ideally, you should finish all your trade runs and sell your goods before closing Star Citizen. Leaving a full ship unattended, even in a hangar, is a risk not worth taking. Sometimes waiting for the perfect cargo isn't worth it. If a trade route is profitable with more than one commodity, don't focus on just one. If the most valuable item isn't available in full quantity, fill your ship with a mix, especially if the other commodity also brings a good return. Waiting for restocks just slows you down and kills your efficiency. It's better to keep moving with a full load than sit idle hoping for a max profit on a single item. And here's a quick bonus tip, especially if you're not sure where to start. I test and rank the best cargo trading routes for every major patch. So if you're looking for profitable location with auto-load and solid availability, check out my trading route videos. There's probably one waiting for you right now. To wrap this up, during the 15 hours I spent trading for my trading route videos for version 4.2, I followed every single one of these tips. Not a single bug, not a single lost shipment. So if you're serious about cargo trading in Star Citizen, I hope these tips help you stay profitable and bug-free too. If you found this video useful, consider subscribing to the channel. I cover trading, salvaging, patch updates, and all the tricks I learned along the way. Thanks for watching, and see you in the verse!